In the beginning of the story, we see a beautiful girl named Juliet, who is a doctor and is very busy in her work. She had recently seen her husband with another girl, so she has left him and is now going to divorce him. But Juliet has not been able to forget her husband yet. She still has feelings for him. At this time, Juliet is living in a hotel and is looking for an apartment to rent. The next day, as usual, Juliet goes jogging in the morning and then goes to the hospital for work. After the holiday, she goes to see a place to rent an apartment, but she does not like the apartment and its rent is also very high. At the same time, a man calls Juliet and says that I have found out that you need an apartment for rent. I have a great apartment. Juliet goes to see the apartment on the address given by that man. There she meets the owner of the house, whose name is Max, who is engaged in the repair work of the house. Max shows her the apartment, which is a little old but a little big and beautiful. Juliet thinks that her rent will be high, but Max says that the train passes near this apartment, so I have kept its rent low. But Juliet does not have any problem with the noise of the train, so she immediately rents the apartment. After this, Juliet starts shifting her luggage to the apartment, in which Max also helps her. Max tells her that he lives in the next flat in the same building with his grandfather. Juliet meets her grandfather, who is sick. Max has been very friendly with Juliet since the first day. Juliet likes this very much. At night, when Juliet goes to take a shower after dinner, she feels that someone is watching her, but she ignores this and goes to sleep. But she sees someone's shadow, and she feels that someone is watching her. When Juliet gets up and goes to see, she does not see anyone. She thinks that maybe this is happening because she lives in a new apartment. The next day, when Juliet is in an art exhibition with her female friend, she meets Max. The two of them talk for a while. When Max goes to the bathroom, Juliet's friend tells her, "I like Max, you should forget your ex-husband and date him." Juliet also thinks this is right. When Max comes out of the bathroom, she tells Max to drop her home. Max agrees and the two walk out of the house. The two of them sit at one place drinking coffee and talk about each other. They soon become good friends. At the same time, we see Juliet's ex-husband, who is jealous of her from a distance. Then Juliet returns to the apartment with Max. Max leaves her at the door of the room and goes away. But Juliet comes close to kiss him. But Max goes away, to which Juliet is embarrassed and apologizes and goes to her room and closes the door. At night, when Juliet is bathing in the bathtub, she again feels that someone is watching her. Juliet comes out of the bathroom. Then she hears a voice from the window of her bedroom. Frightened, Juliet slowly walks towards the window. But then the window suddenly closes, which scares her a lot. Then she goes to bed and tries to sleep. The next day, when Juliet is at work, her ex-husband calls her and apologizes to meet her. But Juliet replies that I have some important work and hangs up the phone. After this, Juliet gets a call from Max and he invites her to dinner at his house at night. Juliet agrees and the two of them have dinner together at night and talk. After dinner, Max drops Juliet to the door of his room and says, "That day, I also wanted to kiss you." Hearing this, Juliet smiles and invites him to her room. And then the two of them start kissing each other. After this, the story is shown a few days ago when Max took his grandfather to a hospital for a checkup. There, he saw Juliet working for the first time and he fell in love with her at first sight. He found out Juliet's name from her ID card and saw the ad on the notice board, which revealed that Juliet needs an apartment on rent. Max fell in love with Juliet at first sight, so he started keeping an eye on her. He renovates his apartment and the apartment where Juliet lives. He teases her in many places. He makes a secret room and even puts a two-sided mirror so that he can see and come to Juliet's room. After this, Max calls Juliet as per his plan and offers his apartment on low rent. Juliet accepts that offer and Max starts keeping an eye on her. In the same art exhibition, Max also followed Juliet so that he could get close to her. Every night when Juliet goes to sleep, Max comes quietly to her room and sees her sleeping. That is, the person whose shadow Juliet had seen was none other than Max, who is a psycho and has gone more crazy than laughing at Juliet. With all this, Juliet becomes completely unconscious. After this, the story returns to the present where Max and Juliet are kissing. But before anything else, Juliet stops him and says that I've not been able to forget my ex-husband. I can't do all this. Max says it's okay and leaves the room sad. The next day, when Juliet goes to the store to buy things, Max follows her to the store. Juliet tells him that I was so carried away in my emotions that I did not realize that I was doing all this very soon. I still love my ex-husband, so please forget everything that happened between us. Max looks calm from the outside, but inside he is full of anger. At night, when Juliet is sleeping soundly, Max quietly comes to her room from his secret room and tries to kiss her. But Juliet turns the other way while sleeping and her eyes open. Max quickly hides in his secret room. Juliet suspects that there is someone in the room. She takes a knife from the kitchen and starts looking around the house. That's when she sees that secret room through which Max has been coming and going in her house. Before Juliet goes into the room, a lot of stuff falls by touching her. The next day, Juliet tells Max about the secret room and asks if he can fix it. Max says yes. Juliet leaves him at home and goes to work. After his departure, Max first fixes the secret room, then goes to the bathroom and brushes with Juliet's toothbrush. After that, he goes to his bathtub and lies down remembering her. When Juliet is at work, her ex-husband calls her and apologizes to her and asks for another chance. Juliet has not been able to forget him yet, so she invites him to her apartment for dinner at night. At night, Juliet is cooking in the kitchen while Max is watching her secretly. That's when Juliet gets a call from her ex-husband and she goes to the bathroom to get ready. That's when Max comes to the kitchen to check his phone, but that's when Juliet's ex-husband comes with his dog. That's why Max quickly hides in the kitchen cupboard. The dog realizes that there is someone else in the house, so he starts barking towards the cupboard. But Juliet and her ex-husband don't pay attention to him. They both have dinner together, and then the ex-husband says, "You were very busy at work and could never give me time, so I made a mistake and I cheated you. But now I love you very much. I will never cheat you, and I want to be with you." Juliet forgives him, and they start kissing each other. Then they both go to the bedroom and start getting close. Max is watching all this in anger. After that, Juliet's ex-husband leaves with his dog. After he leaves, Max secretly mixes unconscious medicine in Juliet's wine bottle, about which Juliet drinks the wine without knowing and goes to sleep. When Juliet falls asleep, Max comes there and tries to touch Juliet, which looks pretty scary because Juliet becomes unconscious due to the unconscious medicine, because of which she doesn't know anything. The next morning, Juliet wakes up very late and she feels very tired. She thinks that this is happening due to fatigue and stress. But for a few days when this happens with Juliet, she feels very strange because she had never slept for so long before and she gets late for work now. Juliet tells this to her friend. Juliet was suspicious of many things, so she has CCTV cameras installed in her house, which keeps an eye on the door in front of her bedroom. But this does not tell Juliet to Max. At the same time, we see Psycho Max, who is tired of taking care of his sick grandfather. And he often used to talk to him strangely, so without showing mercy, he gives him an injection and kills him. Actually, when Max was young, his mother was having an affair with another man, and when Max's father found out about this, he killed his wife. After that, the police caught him and put him in jail, and Max has been alone since then. Over time, his mental condition deteriorated, and now Max is completely crazy about Juliet. At night, Juliet and her ex-husband are in a restaurant. Their relationship has now improved, and they have started meeting every day. Seeing them talking happily, Max doesn't like it at all. When his ex-husband leaves Juliet and goes home alone, then Max pushes him down the stairs and drops him, which breaks his heart. Here, after Juliet comes home, she watches the recording of CCTV, but she doesn't get anything. Then, unknowingly, Juliet again goes to sleep after drinking the wine that Max had given her. Then Max comes to the room and takes advantage of Juliet's unconscious state. Max picks up Juliet to hug her, but then he sees that her eyes are open. Max gets scared and quickly puts her on the bed and gives her an injection of unconsciousness, which makes her close her eyes again. The next morning, Juliet is late to get up again. She gets an injection cap in the room, which makes her suspicious that someone is giving her an injection of unconsciousness. So when Juliet goes to work, she sends a sample of her blood and urine to the lab to get her blood and urine tested. After a while, when the result comes, she finds out that someone was really giving her drugs, which scares her a lot. At the same time, Max lies in Juliet's bedroom with his clothes on his chest and feels her with him. That's when Juliet's ex-husband comes home, seeing whom Max hides. Juliet had called her ex-husband to meet her at night, but he came home early to surprise her. Her ex-husband sees that secret room. He goes inside it. Before that, Max attacks him from behind. Here, Juliet calls her ex-husband and tries to stop him from going to his house, but she can't call him. Juliet gets very scared, and when she comes home, she watches the recording of last night on CCTV. Then she finds out that Max came to her bedroom last night and did wrong with her, and every night he makes her unconscious and comes to her room and takes advantage of her. Seeing this, she can't believe her eyes that Max can do this to her. She starts crying. That's when Max comes to the room. He brings a bottle of wine with him. Juliet tries to behave normally so that Max doesn't know that she knows everything. Max asks her to sit and asks her to drink wine with him. But Juliet tells him that she is not in a good mood. Then she gets up and goes to the kitchen to use her phone. But Max snatches the phone from her and asks her to sit. Max also finds out that Juliet knows everything. He puts a syringe in her leg, but Juliet has a kitchen knife in her hand with which he attacks Max's shoulder. They both start fighting, and Max catches him and starts hitting him. Juliet also fights with him and attacks him and somehow manages to escape and locks herself in the bathroom. But Max comes inside the bathroom and catches him and attacks him. But Juliet attacks him and starts running. While running, she goes to the secret room where she finds a nail gun which she keeps with her. There she also finds the place from where Max used to keep an eye on her, but Max comes looking for her and catches Juliet and beats her badly. He is about to kill her, but on seeing the opportunity, Juliet attacks her chest with a nail gun and runs away. While running away, Juliet finds her ex-husband's body, and Juliet is shocked to see it. Now she does not want to run away. When Max comes looking for her, Juliet comes after him with a nail gun, but Max attacks her and takes control of her. But Juliet somehow manages to escape and attacks her chest with a nail gun, and for the last time she attacks his head, which kills him, and Juliet manages to escape and kills the monster. And with this, the movie ends. Friends, if someone is watching you without informing you, how will you react? Do share your opinion in the comment section. Like and share the video and subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you don't miss the upcoming videos. See you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye, take care.